people ask me the difference. Well, what's the difference between now and when you first started teaching? I said, well, to be honest, people's swings are still bloody awful, but now we can just prove it. It wasn't just my opinion back then. Now we can actually prove it, how bad your swing is, with all the numbers and stuff. So.
You've got the stacks up today. Look at this. We've got the teriyaki beef jerky and the organic Aussie bites full of sesame, so it would probably kill me. I think you might be alright. I might be alright. I might risk my life then. I might be alright. Anyway, good morning, guys. We're here in Florida ahead of the PGA show, which starts next week. And today's an exciting day. We are heading, but Piers is actually going to get a golf lesson from the one and only Mr. David Leadbetter. So let's go and see if he's excited. You're going to get a lesson today with David Leadbetter. I mean, we've obviously seen him a few times, but having a lesson with him is different.
You had an A-swing lesson with him, which was in Scotland. But no, looking forward to it. I mean, look, with a lot of I remember doing a PGA exam 20 years ago, oh my goodness, which was comparing him and Hogan and the similarities, so I'm really looking forward to actually having a golf lesson with him.
It's going to be interesting to see what he says. Hopefully. I'm going to make him charge you at the end, actually.
Yeah, better not.
Anyway, so we're heading to his world headquarters, which is Champions Gate. So we're heading there in about 5-10 minutes. Hopefully it's going to be a good day, I think. Okay guys, so we're here early. What a beautiful day, by the way.
That's awesome, isn't it? It's actually got quite hot now, isn't it?
It is. This is February. What's today? Is it February? No, it's January. I don't know what month it is there. Anyway, it's January the 18th. We're here. Beautiful weather. Pierce is going to warm up. We're just waiting for David to turn up and sort him out. He needs fixing today, Pierce. What do you need fixing?
9,900 spin with the driver, apparently. I want to actually work. I'd like to be able to shape the golf ball easier.
Okay.
And stop hitting bad shots.
And are you going to work more on your driver or your irons?
I'd like to maybe do a little bit of both and then see what David.
Don't get greedy.
Yeah, no. I've got him for 5 hours.
Yeah.
All right, Piers, so let's just watch you hit a few, then we'll talk about your game a bit and see what's going on. So you hit balls and don't get to play a lot, I assume, right?
Yes. Yes.
In your mode of work?
Yes, absolutely.
So plus the fact you must have a million swing theories going through your head, with all the people you've met and all the. I mean, theory is wonderful, and today there is an emphasis on with all the technology to really delve into the swing or how it works, and now we've got everything, from obviously all the gadgets, TrackMan and launch monitor, all the different launch monitors, and force plates, and we've got brain mapping, obviously high-speed video cameras, and so people ask me the difference. Well, what's the difference between now and when you first started teaching? I said, well, to be honest, people's swings are still bloody awful, but now we can just prove it. It wasn't just my opinion back then. Now we can actually prove it, how bad your swing is, with all the numbers and stuff. What sort of things do you work on in your swing? It's always interesting to know.
Yeah, of course.
Delve into somebody's mind.
Yeah, so I would say for me, this is where it all goes wrong now. I was doing well, keeping it back. Okay, so at the moment, I would say the feeling is hands are staying relatively closer to my body. They were getting out a little bit. Mm-hmm. So hands are a little bit closer. Club's going a little bit more up as a result.
Right.
And then from there, really, that's about it at the moment. But I feel if I were to practice now, the feeling for me would be that I'd want to put a little bit of shallow into it on the way down.
Right.
I want to shallow the shaft on the way down. And I think ultimately, when I feel like I'm a little bit steep on the way down, that's when I feel as though it's always going to be a little bit left side.
Sure.
And then I might overcook that to the right.
Okay.
But path is normally pretty neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Swing direction is usually a little left. And there's the anti-left.
There's the anti-left, right.
So
so aim at, see that blue and white flag straight ahead of us there?
Down the left here?
Yeah, I just want to change your line, see
of course.
how it affects your alignment. The fortunate thing is you've got a very good swing, and I think with a couple of little changes you could see a big difference. Okay, now I'm just looking at your alignment. You do have a tendency to aim right. With all the different targets we chose, especially the one to the right, you were well right. Okay, I mean, this is a little trick for amateurs. If you're a slicer, always go to the left side of your driving range, your practice area, and practice to the right. Because visually you see this shape. If you're a big hooker of the ball, get that side of the range and hit across you, because it's very interesting how, you know, our eyes, how we perceive things. And so for you, I mean, what I would be doing, I would be practicing to the right side of the range. Okay. Furthermore, say it's going to accentuate your issue as far as your alignment is concerned. So it's going to make sure that you get yourself lined up correctly. So all right, so let's take your setup there now. Okay.
Should just go yellow and white.
We're going to go right down the middle there. We'll go over the green and white. Post there. Okay, so you just take your setup there.
As feels normal, not aiming left.
Yeah, just do your normal. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down here just to sort of show you. And remember, your feet are only part of the equation, right? Of course. Okay, they're probably the least important part of the equation too. So you've got shoulder alignment, forearm alignment, hip alignment, knee alignment, feet alignment. Okay, so going in order of importance, it's more important up here. And also you have eye alignment too. So if I set you up here, okay, so now just come back and have a look here. Just come behind me and see where we're aiming here.
Yeah, it's quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. So remember, really, I mean, you know, the old John Jacobs approach of the railway line, you know, we've got one track over here and one track, that still holds true.
Yes.
I mean, because, you know, if you're putting, okay, and we have a 2-foot putt, I mean, we're certainly not aiming our body at the hole, right? So we're aiming the putter face, and then we get ourselves parallel to it when you break it down into its simplest form. So the first thing, well, let's just work on your alignment, okay? So let's just get that, and that's why these alignment sticks are quite popular these days.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know how to use them. They just put it down at the target. Well, that would be fine if you put it behind the ball, because that's your target line, right? Okay, that's the bottom of the plane line. All right, so now we're going to set this up here. Right, so I mean, visually, it's probably going to feel like you're aiming a little left there.
Yellow and white post it feels.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now this is going to be an important one, and we need to be able to see this because, okay, so I'm drawing this line here, okay, where that's just sort of almost like your start, because you have a little trigger where you sink. Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do here, okay, I'm actually going to tuck your hips a little more underneath you. There we go. So it's what we call in the business a pelvic tilt. So I'm going to tuck this here, right? So in effect, okay, I want you to move your feet a little further away, okay, but we're actually going to get your belt buckle, your pelvis closer.
Okay.
All right. So see, that looks quite a bit different. Plus the fact it looks a little more relaxed because you look particularly tense at a dress here. You know, everybody says the old thing will stick you behind out. You know, and the thing is, it's interesting because if you just stand up there for me, just stand straight up. See, you actually have a bit of a curve here, okay? Now, I have a very flat back, okay? So I can actually try to create curve. You actually want to try to eliminate that curve, okay? Because that's how you engage your core. It's all about engaging this, because this area of your anatomy, you know, from your crotch to your chest, that big band, you know, core is not really the true. There's not one point, okay? We're not doing yoga here, okay? That's your center, okay? No, it's a band of muscles that go right around your midsection, and that's really, to me, you know, I talk about 3 sections of your body. This section, okay, the midsection, if you will, then the lower section from the crotch down to the ground, and then from chest bone up to the top of your head. So, but what we're trying to focus on is that midsection.
Midsection.
Okay, right. Now, okay, that's really good, really good. Now, just give me the club a second here, okay, and we're going to do a little exercise here, okay? So this is one of my favorite sort of pivot drills. There are a number of them, but this is one of my favorite ones. So if you put your hands down on your side here, just let your right arm hang just a little bit lower than your left, so you get a little bit of a tilt. Now, you know, I never really use the word turn, okay? Turn to me has a lot of misconceptions, okay? Because turning is like, okay, I can turn, but what does that do for me? I mean, we're trying to coil. I mean, remember, we're at a strange angle here, okay,
yes,
in golf,
course,
okay?
Yeah.
We're not, it's not like tennis or baseball where we're swinging, you know, on a sort of a horizontal plane here, okay? So, yeah, if I do this, that's really a turn because it matches this horizontal look, okay? We're on this pitched plane here. So in theory, our body needs to work at the same angle, yeah, because you see, to me, when you, okay, just to almost reflect what happens with you, okay, you're back on your heels, you sink, so now what happens, this turns, okay, this, in effect, actually almost your body is turned too early, if you will.
Yeah.
If you make this movement, it's what we call, it's like a spiral, okay, it's like, you know, if you're a wine connoisseur, okay, you take a cork out of a bottle, okay.
I like drinking it.
Oh, there you go. It's like, that's what it is. It's a spiral movement.
Yeah,
it's not just a level turn. Okay, right. So now let's put your hands down by your side. Okay, now we're going to sort of get this feeling of watch here. So as you go back, you're going to almost sense that this is actually working up. There you go. That's it. That's it. Now you see, when you do that, I'm not seeing any sort of this look, where you look like you're actually going forward.
Yes.
Your balance looks better straight away here. The ability to move here, and it's like you're sort of loading up into your right side so much better when you do that. See that looks way better, that setup there. Good. Yeah.
And Andy, when you see me as well, would you notice this as well when I'm setting up, that you feel that it is a little bit on the heels? And
yeah, I mean, you always notice that initial move where he's sitting back and he's here. And he's always had that sort of initial move in here, but like you say, it's never this sort of upward sort of pivot motion here. It's always here, and as you say, you can more or less see that now.
Right. Okay,
and I do feel like I'm trying to feel it in different areas, like you say. So I've got this vision in my mind of this, like the corkscrew, but I'm trying to really feel in the areas that you mentioned.
Yeah, you see it. I mean, this looks so much better here. It doesn't look like there's any sort of forward movement here, you know, because it's like you get to here and then there's a little bit of a lift and then you go. And look, you know, timing is everything. I mean, if you can time, I mean, you think about the swing, to me there's three areas. It's your setup, it's your pivot motion, and it's your hand, arm and club motion, if you will, the swing itself. So synchronizing those last two is what it's all about. You know, I talk a lot about synchronization and the fact that, you know, as we said, if you can wind up and feel like, okay, that this is controlling that. I mean, because if you set up well, okay, and you've got a good grip, there's a lot of things that are going to go right.
Okay, so Piers has been taken through us, probably hit since David started, since David looked at his golf swing, he's probably hit 4 balls, that's it, and we've been here for probably an hour. Interesting stuff. Definitely hitting the golf ball a little bit better, but it's great to see and just listen to what David has to talk about, because you know, it's been such an influence on our life really, and just to hear what he says and how he approaches some of the important things that we believe in as coaches as well, the pivot, the synchronization and stuff, and just getting something as simple as your alignment and your posture right, set up, how that has a sort of a chain reaction and causes a few other things. So hopefully he doesn't make him too good though. That's not going to happen. I'm still going to win the challenge Tuesdays.
Let's bring the mirror a little closer so you can check this out yourself. Okay, so you take your setup. Okay. See the difference there compared to?
Yeah. And I feel like I'm a long way from the ball, but obviously I look in the mirror there and I don't see. That's good.
All right. So now, So let me just hold it a second. So this is always good. Just have a little pressure here when you're doing this. So come on. Let's use that body like we've just come on. Keep going. Yeah. See. There you go. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. So it's a little trick I use, because putting a bit of pressure here, it really gets this
engaged.
Okay,
Yeah.
Swing it back, wind it. Yeah. So even though, I mean, I love the shortness of your swing, but you've got the club more online now. Okay, and from here, this is going to be a lot easier for you to
do that.
Because I mean, you've got a good transition there, but it's like, to me, it's like the arms are lagging too much.
Yeah.
Okay, because of this sort of little extra few frames you have here, then your body goes, and it's like you're always waiting for this to catch up.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Watch out, Mr. Proudman. Watch out.
But you need something to beat me, Piers.
Good to go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, that's good. Do you know what? It's interesting that when I hit that shot, and I'm going to look at that shot back on camera, obviously, because of being very visual. But for me, all I thought of then was here.
Yeah.
I thought you had the club there and I was getting to move. So he's going to spend the next 3 hours a day on the range session just putting that club there.
There we go.
And that was definitely a conscious feeling then not to guide the club, just to focus on the call.
All right. Okay. So let's get your little posture deal going. You can push the. That's it. And I may suggest that you maybe narrow that stance just fractionally.
Okay.
There we go. That's it. Good.
It does like to get wide.
Yeah, it does. Okay, as you can see. All right, so a little tuck here. That's it. Push the pelvis forward. So that's it. Nice.
Do you feel like you just got your legs straight, Piers?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're still going at the same target, but you see, I mean, the interesting thing is, alignment is only part of it. A lot of times, I mean, alignment is affected by the way you swing. It's like ball position. I mean, people who come too far from the inside, generally speaking, will have the ball back because that's the most optimum. That's the optimal position to strike the ball. People who slice the ball tend to have the ball too far forward. So, yes, you do want to get your alignment right, but your alignment will feel better the better you swing.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
In a nutshell.
Absolutely.
Come on, really, come on. Use that middle. Use that middle. Use that middle. Keep going. There you go. Beautiful. That looks great. So now it's time for. That's it. Good. It's interesting how when you get here, it's almost as if you look like you have a little bit more of a sit, where your tendency to have a little bit of a slide. Okay, and that's due to the fact that you try. Instinct says for good players they want to keep their width. So if you actually somebody said, listen, you're sliding, try to sit more, it wouldn't work because all that would happen, you get narrow. So this way it actually allows you to feel like there's a little bit more sit there. So you can do that. You can do that and get that feeling when you do a little pivot drill.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so here we go. All right, so a little narrow stance. Just a touch.
Yes, I mean I feel so strange, Hitting this one.
Yeah, we're gonna hit this one. All right, come on.
All right, good to go.
Use that middle. Come on.
Is it that?
Either you're good or I'm good, I don't know, but that was.
It's not him, David.
You know what? I think if you get this right, you've got a great future behind you.
It's definitely behind him. It's definitely behind him.
Thank you.
What do you think?
Awesome. Thank you very much. Very, very simple. Love it. I mean, I think, I suppose the one thing that a lot of people would say about someone like yourself, David, who's been coaching the game for such a long time and brought out so much good information, is that, and then you see maybe even the early days when Fowler was on the range working really hard, I think a lot of people may assume that it's quite technical, whereas we've known for a long time now, and even just doing that process there wasn't really any technique involved whatsoever. Feels, get yourself into a good position at setup, and then feel how the club moves, how your body moves.
Yeah, and it's right. I mean, look, if you can keep it simple, I mean, it's way easier for the student to be able to repeat it. Whoa.
There you go, there's the one. That was nice.
That was really good.
Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. It's lucky, I think I need a lesson now just to see if I can keep up with him, but it shouldn't be too hard actually. We're going to stop here, hit a few balls. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe as usual if you want to see some more videos like this. And I'm going to watch him hit a few more balls.
Get that alignment stick, come on, do your job.
Come on, Piers, I want to see a good one. I've seen you one belter with the driver earlier. Under the wind, he'll say that.